What is going on, everybody? It's Lady Mac here, and I'm bringing you some Call of Duty gameplay. The gameplay is on the map Defender, and I'm using the AK-12. And with this AK-12, I'm using the Quick Draw, Extended Mags, and Foregrips as my attachments. And my perks are Lightweight, Blind Eye, Gung Ho, Toughness, and Hardwire. So the topic of today's video is about the recent update that happened on this past Tuesday with Call of Duty on March 3rd. So I have the patch notes down in the description, and I'm just going to bring up a couple of things that happened. I'm not going to be able to cover everything in this video, nor would I even want to try to, but I want to bring out some stuff that I thought was significant, that I found interesting, and then kind of talk about it for a little bit. So the first thing I want to talk about with the patch was that 11 weapons saw buffs, and one of those weapons received a nerf, and of course that nerf came from the ASM-1. So the ASM-1's fire rate, it used to be it would fire the first couple of bullets faster than the rest of the clip, and now that's been taken away. To be perfectly honest, before I wasn't a really big ASM-1 user to begin with. I wasn't really big on the recoil. I wasn't really good with the recoil. I found myself having hip fire a lot, but I have used the weapon since the update, and I still think this is a powerful weapon. I still think it's a great weapon to use, but I definitely tell that difference. But is it OP? No, not so much, but I'm not sure if it's still OP, because the patch also introduced the OHM, and this gun I think is unbelievable. This gun is a LMG shotgun hybrid, which I never thought I would see in Call of Duty. So I've used the gun just a little bit. I haven't really been able to, I never really built a class with it. I've picked it up off the ground and experimented with it and whatnot. I do have access to it because I'm a season pass holder, but it's ridiculous. I mean, I couldn't believe the shots I was getting with it. It's easy to go to shotgun mode, and you don't lose anything from going to the shotgun mode. Matter of fact, I didn't see my clip change. I just seamlessly switched to it and got some quick kills with it. So more on that gun later. I think I'm gonna do a video with just exclusively using that gun. It seems really powerful. I really like it, but we'll see once, you know, the honeymoon period of the gun is over. The next thing I want to talk about is also two other classes did see some updates. The heavy weapon saw some as a class saw updates, and so did the shotguns. What I did find interesting, though, moving past that, is the sentry gun turrets now die in one melee hit. I think the sentry gun, since the inception in this game, has been one of the worst score streaks in the game. The reason is that you have to use this unless you put sentry on it for another additional 200 points. And when you use the sentry gun, it's usually an objective gameplay, and I have found good players, most players do use blind eye, so putting sentry on it, it's pretty pointless. So now to add that the sentry gun can go down in one melee hit, I think now is completely the worst. The worst score streak in the game right now has got to be that sentry gun. I think that update makes no sense to me, but it is what it is. I would say the other update patch that I guess you can say is that the probation time for players who do not complete or they disconnect from ranked play. And honestly, I don't see why this wasn't in there from the beginning. I mean, people who are quitting should see probation, and because the game can't tell if, maybe it can, I don't know, can't tell whether you were disconnected or you quit, adding probation I think is an even kill for. I think that's perfect. The big update I want to say is adding 15 Master Prestige ranks and creating a Grand Master Prestige. Not to mention, they also added 15 more daily supply drop challenges. So let's talk about this Master Prestige rank. For one, I think it's great. I'm on my 9th Prestige, so I'm not a Prestige Master. But I think it's great for people who, this is exclusively the game they play. You're rewarding people by giving them more prestiges. I think that's awesome. I think that it adds longevity to the game. We have people say, oh, it's more of a grind. Well, what do you think the first 15 prestiges were? That was a grind too. So to add this just adds longevity and gives those people who've been playing the game something else to look forward to. And another thing that I'm excited about, is that I don't have to rearm my attachments. So my attachments stay and everything else resets. And for me, that's great. Double kills with the AK-12 is the one thing I always complain about in my videos. So to not have to do that when I get to that mark, if I get there, I like it. I think that's a great addition. I want to talk about what I don't like, though. What I don't understand is why there's an elite weapon drop system in this Master Prestige. My biggest issue with the Master Prestige ranks is what it gives you off top. The first weapon you get access to is the Obsidian Steed. How and why is this weapon the first weapon you get? This is, I don't care what anyone says. I just made a video on the AK-12. For me, that is my favorite weapon. But it is not the best weapon in the game. The AK-12 RIP variant is not. The best elite, the best gun in the game, I think, is still the Obsidian Steed. And I got lucky. Before this patch came out, I got the Obsidian Steed when I entered 9th Prestige. So I took me 9 prestiges to get it, and I was excited to get it, and I really like it. But to make that the very first weapon you get in the elite weapon, it's crazy to me. I don't understand what they were thinking. Not to mention, it follows up with weapons like the whale horn and the MP11 Goliath. I would have, if you're gonna do that, if the devs felt the need to do that, why make that gun first? Why not make that a mid gun to get, maybe at level, or not level, Prestige 6 or Prestige 9, or maybe even when you're Grandmaster Prestige, but the very first one, it's crazy to me. Another thing that I thought was kind of ridiculous is the fact that there are 2 elite ASM1s, but there is no elite AK-12, and I find that kind of shocking. I was really expecting to see the RIP somewhere on that list, and it's not. So that's really disappointing. I like that they added the Master Prestige ranks, but the way supply drops work, and to give the Obsidian Steed the very first gun you get, I think that's kind of crazy. I would have liked to see the Obsidian Steed a lot higher in that prestige list. Definitely not first, probably not last, but maybe Prestige 6 or maybe even Prestige 9. And I would have liked to also see these great weapons like the Obsidian Steed, the AK-12 RIP, the ASM1 Speakeasy. I would have liked to see those weapons spread out and maybe knock out those elite weapons people aren't too interested in. And mentioning supply drops, I would say the biggest surprise that I saw, hands down, was the advanced supply drop purchases. So my issue with the advanced supply drops is that I know you can't say it really gives an unfair advantage, but in a way it kind of does, because like I was saying, elite weapons, they offer a better variant of the base weapon. So I believe, unless I'm proven wrong, the Obsidian Steed is better than its base variant. So when you allow people to make these purchases, so for 3 advanced supply drops for $5.99, you'll get 9 total items, and then for 5 advanced supply drops, you'll get 18 total items for $9.99, and then the huge one, the 10 advanced supply drops plus 3 advanced supply drops for $19.99, which gives you a grand total of 39 total items. So what my issue with it is that it's giving you a chance to earn a variant at a quicker pace than someone who's just playing the game. Now, prior to, no one really knows exactly when these supply drops happen for you, but we do know now that advanced supply drops will happen for you at, I believe, level 20, level 30, and every time you prestige, that is now implemented in the game. So there is another way to earn them. You don't have to pay for them. There is a guaranteed way that you're going to get them through making it through these prestiges. But that's not really being offered for those who choose to sit at prestige. They don't want to go through the prestige system. And in the beginning of this game's life, a lot of people didn't want to go through the prestige system simply for the fact that it was glitchy. So now a lot of people sat at prestige 1 or 2, whatever. I know I sat at prestige 1 for a while. So now you've given people another way to earn these variants. Do I think that it's completely fair? Absolutely not. I do think it's a good addition to the game for those who don't play this game exclusively. They don't have that opportunity to earn those weapons because of RNG. It is RNG, let's be honest. And a lot of people don't have a lot of time to play the game. They don't see as many supply drops as other people that they're playing against. So this is a good way to kind of balance that. Not to mention that one of those purchases can give you exclusive loot, exclusive gear for your character that's completely aesthetic. It doesn't make or break your character, which I think is great. But what I think is the biggest issue that I find with purchasing this is it's getting close to a pay to win. It feels like it's a slippery slope, but it's new, so we don't really know. But right now that perception is it's a slippery slope. And what's even more interesting is this is something that was predicted in our Call of Duty community. A lot of big time YouTubers, esports players expected this to happen. A lot of people on forums such as Reddit, Game Frequent Questions website, suggested that this would happen, predicted this would happen. And a lot of times you would hear out of the Activision mitochondria camp that this isn't something that they thought should go into the game. And here it is, only 4 months into the game, it's here. So I find it kind of interesting that it was added. I don't really think that it's necessary. I like the implementation of putting them in at certain spots, but to make this an exclusive purchase, I think it becomes kind of pay to win. So that's just my thoughts. I still think that this update did great things for the game. I love that all these weapons got buffed. I like that the ASM1 saw nerf. I'm kind of iffy about the DLC weapon because right now it does seem a little OP, and we can't have that for a paid DLC weapon. But this is where we're seeing Call of Duty go to. You know what I mean? I think that we're going to start seeing a lot more DLC weapons. We're going to start seeing a lot more microtransactions, and I think this advanced supply drop is an advanced version of those microtransactions. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you like what you've seen. If you do, please feel free to like and or subscribe to my channel. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Let me know what you're thinking about with this new update. If you think that it's fair, do you think that it's not fair? What do you like to see change? What do you hope to see in the future in the next Call of Duty? And I'm out.